Good morning, everyone, and this is the Capitalist. Hello, I'm with my cameraman, Ichigo to War. And, so right now we're casting the game between 3MO and SFP. This is only a round 1 of the tournament. It's only round 1 of a round 1 game. But, we were looking at the teams, and we decided this should be a pretty exciting match. Of course, on SFP, we have some pretty well-known names. We have Emperor and Slicks. And the SFP boys, I've actually seen them in action before, and they know their stuff. And then 3MO, from what I hear from my friend Insane Rabbi, sounds like they've got a pretty good rep to them. They know HoN, they know how to play, they know strategy. So without further ado, let me go over the bans. So 3MO, they banned Hellbringer, Plague Rider, and Kronos. So pretty standard bans, you know, getting Plague Rider out of there. Plague Rider just being such a powerful hero with that Life Void, you know, and that early harassment. And Plague Rider and Kronos, pretty standard bans. And then SFP banning Slither, Ophelia, Demented Shaman. So I'm really glad to see Slither's finally getting banned. Slither just being really powerful, especially with all those wards, that toxicity, such a great harasser early game on. And then those wards, hell, you practically, if your Slither's roaming, you practically don't even need to buy wards. 40 seconds of throwing the ward up in your vision, it's excellent. But so for the picks, 3MO first picked Filer. And I gotta say, I gotta love a Defiler carry right now. Really, HoN's made a game. There aren't enough heavy roaming nukers to really take down a Defiler properly, like there is in Dota. So that's why you get those kind of squishy carries right now. You got Defiler, Soul Stealer, Magebane, all those kind of really squishy Agi, or in Defiler's case, Intelligence Ultimate Hero. That's why you get those really squishy carries right now, is because you really don't have the those roaming, ganking, heavy nuke style players like, you know, Pocky's such a huge one, Darkseer, all those. And so, yeah, so I think Defiler is a really powerful pick here. It's going to rely heavily on team trying to keep Defiler alive, and which they followed up with a Soul Reaper and a Curse pick. So right away they're setting everything up for a Defiler carry. They're doing mass heals, a Cursed, and on top of that, and a Cursed Soul Reaper lane is such a huge lane. It's so hard to lane up against. You got Curse just can throw a shield on Soul Reaper, and Soul Reaper can just tower dive if he wants to, and throw his heal nuke off, and they just do so much damage together, and they can lane pretty much freely because they can harass so heavily. Anyway, on SFP's side, they first picked it was a Blacksmith Zephyr. So Zephyr looking to be the hard carry here. You're gonna have to farm up pretty heavily to go against that Defiler, and it's gonna be a little tough for him. He's gonna have to get that early Shaman's Headdress, because looks like 3MO's got quite a bit of nuke to them, so he's got to farm up that Headdress pretty quickly so he can start dominating the game early enough and put up a fight against that Defiler carry. And then SFP went after that. They went Behemoth Pyro, so really nice stun combo there. They have the possibility to either go Blacksmith with his with initiating with his stun and magic armor reduction, and then Pyro following up with his stun nukes. So that could be really excellent lane, or they could even run a Behemoth with Pyromancer. I wouldn't recommend it quite as much, but it is possible. Alright, and then SFP fifth pick, Wretched Hag. So hopefully we're going to see a Wretched Hag solo mid, getting some early levels, early gold, and then running around ganking as much as humanly possible. And so, and then 3MO side, their fifth pick, Magnus and Engineer. So pretty powerful Engineer, of course. Such a really risky hero, in my opinion, to play. You gotta be able to throw those really good energy fields, and early on you gotta throw really good kegs. or else you're just shit out of luck, really. I mean, you're not going to be able to do very much if you can't throw good kegs. So looks like they're actually going to be laning a mag NG, and so Magnus initiating with his stun, then Engineer being able to get off a really nice keg off of that. And really, Engineer, if Defiler isn't up to carrying, if he gets ganked really hard or whatever, Engineer can try and run his own carry. We've seen it before, of course. Gets a whole bunch of damage item, including Thunderclaw is pretty much the most popular one, and then upping Steam turret. And basically, it's just 2 engineers on the field, you know, shooting lightning bolts everywhere. So yeah, so Defiler solo mid, Cursed Soul Reaper. I would say a Cursed Soul Reaper go bottom. Go for the extended lane, because they're such a powerful lane. They don't really need to worry about ganks, because they have that double heal nukes, and it's so hard to kill a double heal nuke lane like that. And then Engineer Mag go top. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, they can really go either way. Of course, they can try and run a more offensive lane on bottom, which of course will be the carry lane where Zephyr's at. They can try and run a more offensive lane, running that mag Engineer combo, that double stun, try and take out that carry early on. But it leaves them susceptible to ganking, because they don't have any heals and they're going to be pretty overextended most of the time. But so yeah, let's see. I'm interested to see what they're gonna run here. Who knows? They might come out with some Defiler solo mid. Zephyr is gonna be soloing mid, which I think is actually a really great choice if you're going up against Defiler. But Zephyr's gonna rely so heavily on trying to last hit. Of course, Defiler can last hit with her wave, but the problem is she doesn't have the greatest attack. It's decent. It's not bad for an intelligence ranged. But she's going to have a harder time denying creeps, because of course wave can't do that for her. And so Zephyr, if he cleans up those denies, cleans up a couple kills, he's going to get cyclones, and it's going to be so hard to harass properly. Action up on top, actually. Blacksmith getting his stun off, Pyro following up with his stun, Behemoth getting his stun off, so a Curse going down, first blood, nice play, running those 3 stunners top. Excellent move, I gotta say, SFP, I'm loving this right now. Finally, some competitive team is running a tri-lane. They're going to be running a tri-lane up on top. Everyone with stunners. They have that ward behind the tower, so they're going to be ganking. Watch, a Curse is going to come through. He's going to get inside of that ward, and if SFP is in placement, they're going to gank him again. So a Curse is going to go down probably for a second time if SFP is there, and it's so easy just with 3 stunning nukes. And then down at bottom, I'm loving this. They're running a solo Wretched Hag. Of course, they're running that tri-lane, and then they've got that solo Wretched Hag, and Hag is really essential to run solo, because you know, she doesn't necessarily need gold, but she has to have levels. There it is, up at top. 3 stunner lane again, going down on Soul Reaper. They're gonna have such a hard time. You know, I said double healing nuke. Heal nuke is such a hard lane to kill, but when you're running 3 stunners against it, level 1, it's pretty easy. You know, level 5, they're gonna have a harder time. Curse throwing his shield. Gank on middle. Behemoth coming up from behind, gonna throw his stun, try and maybe take out Defiler. It's gonna be a little hard because they're so close to the tower. Yeah, he gets a stun off, but nothing they can really do. So he's gonna back off. He might try and gank bottom. Look like. Yeah, they got those early levels off on that top lane from ganking, and really kept that team down. And so hopefully for the rest of the lane, Blacksmith Pyro should be dominating it, really. And if you keep the heal nuke combo down early on, it's pretty hard to come back from that. Yep, so Behemoth gonna go bottom.